My people, my people. My people, my people. My people are they laugh today. My people, my people. I call on 3 times. My people, now how on a day I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on where you listen to the sound of my voice. This one now Biafra Superstars Media, and I'm holding it down. I say, may God bless Biafra, may God bless His Excellency Nnamdi Kanu. May God bless, may God bless, may God bless His Excellency, the one and only ESN Ekpa, Simon and Njoku, for the great job Simon is doing. Simon, I want to say we thank you, we appreciate you, we love you, because we know in your hands Biafra is coming, in your hands Biafra is safe, and in your hands, when Biafra comes, the people of Biafra will rejoice. Hey, Ebelebe, 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 hey. My people, today, I will say I told you so, because you see, when we are on these pulpits preaching out the gospel, some of the gullible ones, they make mistake. They assume that we are just talking. They think we're just talking the good talk. They assume that we are just trying to gist. We are boasting on social media. My fellow Biafrans, if you remember, about 2-3 months ago, I sent Ejimakor a coded message to Nnamdi Kanu. Hey, I sent a coded message in a song to Ejimakor. I told him not to cry anymore. I said, Ejimakor, do not cry over this case anymore about Nnamdi Kanu. Do not cry anymore. But make sure, you have to make sure, when you get to see our leader in the DSS dungeon, give him this coded message. And in that message, I put some few rhymes, but I hide the message inside the music, that only the intended receiver will be able to decode it. And the receiver, the one I designed that coded message for, was for Ejimakor. So even though it was said in the public, even though it was said on social media, even though it was said in the blogs, the only man that could understand the coded message, the message within the message, the meaning of the message within the message, the code of the message to decipher the message, the meaning of the meaning behind the meaning of the message. Oh my God. Hey! The only man is Ejimakor. When I said, Ejimakor, Ejimakor, ho, 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 Ejimakor, ho, Ejimakor, na good man, yo, ho, one name, yo, ho, lo, 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 Ejimakor, ho, Ejimakor, a new dimension, yo, na him with this, so, ho, oh, lo, 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 Ejimakor, ho, Ejimakor, hello, Ejimakor, ho, ho. One name, oh, lo, 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 Ejimakor, oh, Ejimakor. Make you tell Kanu, oh my God, I will not go deeper. You remember what I said that time? And we thank God, or I thank God that Ejimakor was able to decode that message, that even the DSS, nobody knew about it. They saw it as a music, but there was a secret, there was a coded message that has to be encoded or decoded. And we thank God, as we're hearing very soon, before your eyes, you all heard it, that Ifeanyi Ejiofor has been sacked. That idiot has been sacked from the legal counsel of Nnamdi Kanu. And today, the so-called DOS, the defunct DOS, they are crying, they are panicking, because the moment our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku, the moment he dissolved ESN and embedded the good men in our BLA and the rest of them, the so-called criminal DOS, they had no leg to stand on. They had no more platform to stand on, because Simon, in his infinite wisdom, when he took away the ESN from them and embedded them in our Biafra Liberation Army and the rest of the other military parastatals that we have now, their only hope, the only hope of the DOS, the criminal 419 DOS, was Ifeanyi Ejiofor. So I stepped in. I told Ejimakor in a coded message that when you get to Nnamdi Kanu, let him know everything is fine. Let him know his assignment that he gave to us has been done. Let him know when he said he did, this man called Simon Ekpa is coming with a new dimension. Allow him to know that that new dimension he was thinking about is going on. Let him know that we shall not betray him. Let him know that when he was crying for 100 men, those men don't assemble. And let him know that that final thing when him being asked for, that thing when him being asked our Prime Minister for, let him know that thing is going on. And since then, our eternal leader, Nnamdi Kanu, now had the confidence. He was assured that everything was then in place before he was now able to show that man they call Ifeanyi Ejiofor, the so-called most trusted, the so-called Mr. Done and Dusted. He was able to show him the red card and tell him thanks but no thanks. Your services are no longer required. Thanks, but no thanks. The game is up. My fellow Biafrans today, make we hear the way the DOS, they are crying, and their stooges, those who said they believe in the DOS, those who say the DOS, they are wise, those who say they believe in command and control, and the rest of them. Make we hear the way that they be crying now. They are crying about Simon Ekpa. They are even crying about Ejimakor, because they did not see this coming. Make una hear this one. This one go blow una mind. Oh my God. This one go blow your mind. If you are ready. If you are ready with me, my people. If you are ready. If and only if you are ready. Then welcome to this journey. I'm about to take you on a journey. On a ride. Listen.
Clarifications. My question is this. It's a very sincere personal question. Does our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, wants to be jailed? That is my question. Why the question is premised on the fact that last time there was a program by our lawyer, and I called on air and asked if our leader knew that this is personal counsel, Ejimakor, has been an intermediary between the Ekpa who has been committing this criminality in our land, and this man has been the personal counsel to our lawyer, and he has been visiting him and coming to make posts to say what transpired when he visited him. Does our leader know that this man is working for this criminal?
Hold on there. I will paraphrase. Oh my God. Oh, you. Please allow me to paraphrase. This man, this scholar, the man who said the DOS are wise, he's asking Chinasa Nworu a question through that man they call Mazi Jonathan, or what's his name. He said, does our leader wants to be jailed? Listen to that question. Does our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, wants to be jailed? Then he spoke about Ejimakor. Why is he using Ejimakor as his lead counsel, when he knows that Aloy Ejimakor has been working side by side with our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa, Simon Njoku, who they chose to call Ekperima. He is wondering, he is confused that how come we say Simon is the bad guy, but the last time we checked, Aloy Ejimakor was discussing with Simon Ekpa. How come Aloy Ejimakor is still the lead counsel now of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Does our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wants to be jailed? Does he want to rot in jail? That's the question. In my response to all the gullible ones out there, those who still believe in the DOS, from this man question, you can see that the DOS, they don't have any more access to Oyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. His question is very tricky, because if Simon Ekpa was the bad guy, then his question or his premise to the question will be valid. He said, does our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, wants to be jailed? How come he's still having Aloy Ejimakor as his lead counsel, despite knowing that Aloy Ejimakor and Simon Ekpa, they were exchanging text messages, emails, back and forth? He called our Prime Minister Ekperima. I tell you, those who are still following the DOS, they are still deaf, dumb, and blind. They don't know the memo yet. They have not received the memo. But today, tonight, this afternoon, this evening, I assure you, after this broadcast, that speck went in their eyes, that wood went in their eyes, that dirty went in their eyes go clean. Make we continue in the journey. Make we not hear the response from this man and the criminal they call Chinasa Nworu. Make una hear.
And still, it is kept close to our leader. And the secondly now, our lawyer, IPOB lawyer, because I'm a family member of IPOB, our lawyer is Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Before, he usually give updates on his visits to our leader, which goes a long way to give some of us succor. On recent days, I know it is strategic, but on recent days, he has not been doing that.
Boom! You see, this is this man asked a question and he gave an answer. He said at the beginning, he said, our legal counsel, our so-called IPOB lawyer is Ifeanyi Ejiofor. And most of the time, he used to give us updates. But recently, we have discovered he's not giving us updates. What is going on? What is going on? Something is going on. That question alone has the question and the answer for him to know that the man you call your so-called legal counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, you should have known that man has been sacked. Aloy Ifeanyi Ejiofor has no more presence. He has no more portfolio. He has no cabinet. He has no power. He has no influence over our leader, Oyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, because from beginning our Prime Minister Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku has been telling us that Ejiofor was the eye of the Fulani cabal in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye. All the commanders that were killed, Ejiofor had a hand in it. Ejiofor and Madubugo. So this scholar should have understood that, but because there is still something wrong with them, they still want to believe in the DOS. Make we hear the question and the answer he will get from the man they call Chinasa Nworu, the criminal, the fraudster living in Kuwait, a Muslim convert. He is now an Islamic convert. Hear the answer he will get after asking this stupid question. Listen.
And we have seen how this Aloy Ejimakor has been making updates about the cases of our leader.
Okay.
Which is to push him to be jailed. Why?
This is how stupid this guy is. He said he has noticed that Ejimakor has been giving updates about our leader and not Ifeanyi Ejiofor. That is common sense to make you know that that means there is a new sheriff in town. There is a new person handling the legal affairs of Nnamdi Kanu. Unfortunately, because this guy chose to be blind, he chose to be deaf, he chose to be dumb, he wants to play a fast one. And say big for the fact that Ejimakor is the one giving us updates and not Ifeanyi Ejiofor, it means our leader, Oyendu Nnamdi Kanu, wants to be jailed. This is the thinking. This is the psychology of the remaining few people that believe in the D.O.S. This is how myopic, how shallow they think. Very, very sad. This is how shallow they think. They are very, very vague in the way they reason. Let's continue.
Is our leader still keeping this man and this thing continue? Because from the investigations we are seeing, that man may have been connected to all these things happening between this criminality that they want to hang on our leader to jail him. So this is my question. Thank you so much.
There, woman, see? Chinasa, please.
Mazi, I think Carla or who? I want to answer this question in a very simple way.
Listen to the answer from the criminal they call Chinasa Nworu. Listen to the answer he will give. Make una listen. I will break it down. Listen.
Mazi, I cannot, because the English people said it is difficult to know the man's mind through the construction of his face. There is no way I can be able to tell you if our leader knows or he doesn't know. Since our leader have been, I don't think we go to ask those questions, but we thank God that there are social media. We found out whether he knows or he don't know. I'm sure people who are visiting him also are telling him certain things that do happen outside in the social media. I know they may give him. The time he came out, the tweet was there when he made a tweet that those people are disciples of Nnamdi Kanu, knowing quite well what has happened and knowing quite well what IPOB have been defending. I cannot say if our leader knows that this guy, I cannot say if he knows or he doesn't know. And I will leave it that place. Because my reasons are, we are not there with our leader. We don't give some sensitive questions or informations to him because we know where he is. So if whether people are telling him or they go there to lie for him, but what we compel people to do, always tell him the truth. Tell him the truth. So that it will help him in making his decisions. Do not manipulate him because you found him that he is in a detention for the DSS. You found it as an opportunity to manipulate him with certain informations for your own, because for you, you are using it to trying to make money or trying to enrich yourself. So I would tell you categorically, I do not know, and I cannot say what I don't know, because
there you go. You do not know, and you cannot say what you don't know. For the first time, this man don't speak truth, because they call it the game of not even chess. Is it? I think it's Ayo or card. It's either draft or card. They say, come anywhere, I chop you. Come anywhere, I chop you. He no consign me. He no consign me. If you come anywhere, I go chop you. Come anywhere, I chop you. He no consign me, oh. He no consign me. It means when you play drafts, there is a way you will set your crown that if the opponent goes left, you go chop him. If he move go right, you go chop him. So this man can't use style, can't talk, say, I don't know. He gave the best answer. And I'll tell you why. You see, for the long time, while they had that criminal called Ejiofor, disguising himself to be the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu, our leader kept quiet because it was too early for him to sack Ejiofor because of what Ejiofor did to him in Kenya. Our leader wanted to make sure, because our leader is wise. He's saying here that he doesn't know if our leader knows what is happening. Our leader has a perfect knowledge and understanding of what is happening around him and even outside the DSS. He's a wise man. So our leader study and say, before these guys, the DOS, they were boasting, we paid the legal team. Simon Ekpa has no contact to speak to anybody. We have blocked all the whole information. We have caught the person leaking out the information to Simon Ekpa. From now going forward, Simon Ekpa will have no answer. We'll have no information about our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. We are the only ones responsible. We shall tell you the days our leader will have the court date. Now only us get the answer. This was what the DOS were saying all this while. And people like Unsoji, man, he was boasting that Simon Ekpa has no information anymore, that they have blocked the road, they have blocked that person that gives Simon Ekpa the information. Going forward, Simon will have no information about our leader. Unsoji, man, you have till the 12th of February to publicly apologize to the dragon and expose the DOS, because they've been traveling to Nigeria. Somebody like you, you know you will never go to Nigeria, and you know even our leader was in Kenya before they kidnapped him. He had the option to go to a place with a hot climate, a hot weather. He chose Kenya over Nigeria. So don't tell me here that our leader could have gone to Nigeria. Don't say that. I have taken your case to the God of Biafra. I took your case in the private, and I took your case out in the public. You will be tried in the private by the God of Biafra, and the people in the public, they will hear from me that on the 12th of February, that will be your 21 days. I want you to swear back with your unsoji and water. Chop your unsoji and your water and swear back at me. And like in the days of Elijah and the Baal, we shall see the one that our God, because if you are a Biafran, we believe in one God. We shall see the person that our God will answer by fire. So whoever is hearing this video and you know this man they call Usoji, Prince Darlington, let him know that he has less than 3-4 days to go. I called an offer on this guy. I have taken his case to the God of Biafra because he lied on an innocent man. Mazi Ekpa Simon Njoku is an innocent man. And Usoji, when our, oh my God, have mercy. Hey! My God, have mercy. Usoji, when our, oh my God, please, Lord. Oh Lord, have mercy. It paid me too much. Oyendu asked this guy, Usoji, this man they call Simon, I have seen you in his program. I like this man called Simon Ekpa. He's doing a good job. Prince Darlington, tell me what you know about Simon Ekpa, because I have seen you in his program. Usoji, you said, Oyendu, do not trust Simon Ekpa. I don't trust him. Oh, please don't trust him. That's what you told our leader. You betrayed Simon Ekpa. And that case, now I might go to the God of Biafra. I laid that case down. Like in the case of Cain and Abel, you betrayed your brother. Because you went to the program of Simon Ekpa when he had this YouTube called Enter Biafra. You went to his program. You sat gallantly in his program. You were speaking your truth in his program. You called Simon a comrade. You called Simon a brother. You called Simon a friend. You said you always counsel Simon. You speak to Simon. He calls you back and forth, and you agreed on that program to work together as friends. We all watched you live. Oyendo watched you live. He then called you a few days after the program. He asked for your advice. He said, I saw you in the program of Simon Ekpa. I can see you are good friends to him. Tell me, how do you know this guy? Can I work with him? And you told Oyendu, do not trust Simon Ekpa. The same person that live on air, you told the old viewers, we were viewing Simon Ekpa and you in Simon's program. You told us that Simon is your brother. You will work with Simon to restore Biafra. But suddenly, our leader called you in the private and asked for your counsel. What do you know about Simon Ekpa? I am happy with the job he's doing. I love the job he's doing. I want to bring him closer to me. But tell me, what do you know about him? I saw you in his program. You spoke highly about him. Tell me what you know about this man. And you went there and said, Oyendu, do not trust this man. Don't trust him. Oh. I heard it not swear an oath. I set him up. I'm watching him. I don't trust him. Oyendu, do not trust him. My fellow Biafran, this is why I took that case very personal. I took that case of President Nnamdi very, very personal. And for the first time, I had to go to the gods of Biafra and I laid that case down that 21 days I gave this man, and on the 12th of February, that will be the end of the 21 days. He must come out and apologize to the dragon. And he must go out there and condemn Ikenga Uruagu and also the man they call Methuselah for traveling to Nigeria. When you're at war, there is no way you will go to the enemy's camp. Nobody dares do that. If you are really at war, if you're a freedom fighter, there is no way you will go to the enemy's camp. It is not done. So for the fact that Ikenga Uruagu, who is part of you in your so-called media warriors for the DOS, and the man they call Methuselah, in less than 2 months, we have seen Ikenga and this man they call Methuselah in Nigeria, and you are yet to speak on it. I dare you. I have taken this case to the gods of Biafra. 21 days, it expires on the 12th of February. We shall see who the God of Biafra will listen to. I'm waiting for you. Make you swear your own back. Oh. Make you swear your own back. That if I'm telling lies, let the God reverse that swear I put on your head and bring it back to me, my children, my children's children, my family, my kindred, my lineage. Usoji man, you say you swear with the God of pepper. You swear with pepper on your mouth and water. I have called you out. I dare you this time around. Because I know say I hold it for secure one. I don't hold it for your blockers. Because this one, you cannot escape it. You see, when you are going to the gods, you have to be clever. Catch the person for where you know they cannot escape. Then you take the matter to the gods. As they say, justice is blind, because when they are weighing that matter, they will look at your premise. They will look at the cases that you brought forward. They will look at the charges that you are charging Usoji on. And the gods will make a judgment based on those charges. I digress. Let's get back to this guys, man. Because I'm so angry that for somebody to betray somebody you called your brother. You went to his program. In fact, let us digress. Let's get back to this. Let's get back to this, my people. Let's get back. Listen to the response of this criminal here. He does not know. He does not know if Oyendu knows what's going on. He does not know about it. Chinasa Nworu does not know. But before, they were boasting that they control the legal team and everything, the legal counsel. In fact, they were boasting, they were paying the legal fees. That was how they were stealing from everybody. They would say, oh, we are doing fundraising for ESN and the legal fees of the legal team for Nnamdi Kanu. And the gullible ones were giving them money until the dragon stepped up and said, okay, enough of this nonsense. And we thank God, say, Ejimakor took the message to Oyendu. And the moment Oyendu knew the coast was clear, because sometimes you don't make a decision until you are assured that the coast is clear. When he knew that, okay, Simon Ekpa is in control, Simon now has the Biafra Liberation Army, Simon now has a government known as the Biafra Republic Government in Exile. The people of Biafra has made Simon their prime minister. Simon has formed his cabinet. He has formed his ministers. They have come with policies to make sure a referendum will go on, because if you notice, Oyendu kept on asking for a referendum over and over again. Give our people the chance to vote on a referendum. And when he got the memo, when he got the message that yes, the coast is clear, Oyendu now did what he had to do by sacking Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Let's continue. Listen.
At this particular point, a lot of things have gone wrong. From those delivering message to Nnamdi Kanu, many of them have deceived Nnamdi Kanu. They have manipulated information for Nnamdi Kanu. They have used it to make things more difficult for him. And that is why we are standing in the gap. We will expose all those mistakes, and we will make sure that we fight for people to know that Nnamdi Kanu, whatever that happened, as long as it's in the hands of the DSS, and anything that happens, whether somebody did it intentionally or not intentionally or out of his ignorance, our duty now is to make sure we expose those things and make sure they are not hung on the head of Nnamdi Kanu. Ndewo.
Yes.
Achọtara Maazị Chinasa Nworu ọfụma na meseji ya question. Ihe izi nchọ ịjụ mbụ ịma na ndị be anyị si etu inu si na nwa m akarịa m mba okwu asị ka ọ. This lawyer Ejimakor, this lawyer Ejimakor, although everybody na lawyer Ejimakor na ga against of Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. I want IPOB, I wear HOD, where D.O.S. I wear right where step aside for this case, Maazị Nnamdi Kanu. And all opposite, I wear power, where solution, if we're not attend the court again. I'm waiting if I get to push here by force.
I was saying it in English. This caller, he is saying that the DOS. Oh my God. The caller they provoke. He say, Ejimakor. He doesn't want him there anymore to be the lead counsel of Nnamdi Kanu. He's angry. And that the DOS, they have the HOD, which is the head of department. That the DOS, they have the power to tell Ejimakor not to see Nnamdi Kanu anymore, not to be the legal counsel of Nnamdi Kanu anymore, and also not to attend the courts anymore of Nnamdi Kanu. They are the HOD, they are the DOS, they have the power to do it. And if he refuses, there is a way they have the power to stop him physically. Can you see? They are now attacking somebody's life physically. That if you say, I will not stop because Oyendu has made me his lead counsel, I am working directly with Oyendu, they are saying that they will tell him to stop. If he refuses to stop, there is something they will do to make him to stop. That's a physical assault, a threat to the life of Aloy Ejimakor. My fellow Biafrans, did you hear what I heard? I hope you all heard it. A threat to the life of Aloy Ejimakor, despite they know that Oyendu is the one, our supreme leader. He is the one that appointed Aloy Ejimakor and sacked Ifeanyi Ejiofor. But because now the DOS, they know they have no more contact with Oyendu. They have no more information about Oyendu. They have no more money to fund their lifestyle. They are hungry, they are broke. They cannot ask you for fundraising. And now they are worried. Because the only way they were getting money was through Ifeanyi Ejiofor, him claiming to be the legal counsel of Nnamdi Kanu. He will now go to the governors, he will go to politicians, he will take some money and he will give to the DOS to say, please counter the seat at home, counter this, counter that. When Simon says something, counter it. They will say to counter it, they must pay us. The governors must pay us. When they pay them, they come live on their so-called devilish radio Biafra and they counter what Simon Ekpa is doing. But now the music has changed from reggae to calypso. Oh my God. Now they have no more access to Nnamdi Kanu. They have no more direct information of Nnamdi Kanu. Something they accuse Simon Ekpa of. That Simon has no access. That the person who was giving Simon Ekpa information, they have blocked that person. They have cut him off. That Simon has no access. That the only information comes from them. That Simon Ekpa is a nobody. But suddenly now, the DOS now, they have no access to Oyendu Nnamdi Kanu, and now they are crying. And to an extent, one of their members is saying, this man they call Aloy Ejimakor. This man they call Aloy Ejimakor. We have the power to stop him. We are the HOD. Chike Dozie, what's his name? HOD. Chike Dozie, I will tell you, because we are hearing Kebu say you've got some health condition. I will advise you to drink what they call the black seed oil. If it's prostate cancer or whatever you have, black seed oil will help shrink that cancer. From what we are hearing, I'm giving you this advice free of charge. Makobi Wanne. Makobi Wanne. At the end, all Biafrans, they are my brothers and sisters. All the Biafrans, they are my brothers and sisters. But when it comes to war, if it gets to war, we will have to fight. And back in the days, according to what my main man told me, Sammy Ho, he said when he catches a brother, when them catch a brother, when betray them, now him they pull the trigger. When they catch a brother, when betray them for the, for the game, when they catch a brother, when betray them, he is the one that pulls the trigger. But in most cases, when in load the granite for the torchlight, when him load the granite for the torchlight to buy a brother that went astray, he will, how should I put it now? He will point the torchlight to the head of the brother. But he will have to look away as he pulls the trigger. So even though you're my brother, because we all came from one land, Biafra, but when you go astray, when the grace I give to you as my brother, as my sister, when you betray the movement, then the only thing that befits you is the granite in your head. And according to my guy, Sammy Ho, the best way of doing it is to point that torchlight, that flashlight, on your so-called brother's head. But as you pull the granite to come out, you have to look away. Don't look at him. Look away and pull the trigger for the granite to come outside. I am saying this because yesterday somebody was, I suspect I know who that person was. But the person was attacking me on my comments in the video I did yesterday, where I called Methuselah my brother, but I said, Makobi Wanne, there is a grace I've given you. And when that grace dries out, that's talk where with the talk, go change. The person now picked on and said, you are calling Methuselah your brother. It means you're not a freedom fighter. I was just laughing. As long as you're a Biafran, you're my brother or my sister. That's the way it is. It's only when you cross that line. You saw the story of Cain and Abel. When Cain killed his brother, what did they do? They put a mark on his head. They put a mark on his forehead and sent him away. Because it's not good for a father to kill a son. It's not nice. You understand? It's not good. So they had to put a mark on his head. That mark was a grace as well. The mark, oh my God. Hi! You people are not ready. You are not ready. In the land of Biafra, we have what they call Osu, Ndo Osu, untouchable. You call them Osu, you chase them away from the town, from the village. Most of them, when they leave, in fact, I saw so many of them, they were doing very well in Lagos. They were marrying the Yorubas. So in most cases, in the 80s, in the 70s, I heard from the book I was reading, the Osu don't come back. When you place a curse on them, it's like back in the days in the Bible, they put a sign on the head of Cain. And when Cain left the Garden of Eden, people were living outside the garden. That's what you need to understand. In the land of Biafra, when we place a curse upon you, Osu, it means you cannot stay back in that town because your father may have done something bad, or your parents, they worked with the white man during the slavery time. Or a man slept with a child or whatever. Once we place a curse on you, because in the land of Biafra, during those days, we don't have prison. It's a taboo to lock somebody in prison. All you do is you call the gods of Biafra, you put a curse or a spell on that person that everybody will know they are untouchable. Normally now they'll say life in jail. This man, he slept with somebody, he killed somebody, life in jail. But during those days, because the blood is precious, you don't kill that way. What you do is you put a curse, a mark on that person. You call them the outcast. You call them the untouchable. You send them out of the land. When they leave the land, then they can do what they want to do outside. You see, and most of them, they will not come back to that land because they know that spell is upon them. In your Bible, it is there. When I said the Bible is about us, the Biafrans, you guys don't get it. We are the only ones that have the culture, a tradition that Osu, when you do something wrong, they put a spell on you, they put a curse on you, they call you an outcast, and they send you out of your village, out of your town, out of your kindred. You don't come back. That same thing happened to Cain in the Bible. When Cain killed his son, his brother Abel, God told his father Adam, you must put a spell on him. Put a mark on his forehead. Not to kill him. Because he came from a precious line, and that bloodline of Adam is there. Not to kill him, but to send him out. So the Osu and the outcast thing, I want to digress a bit. When they say somebody is Osu and outcast, that doesn't mean we are killing them. No. We are saying, okay, for what you have done, with all due respect, you cannot come back to this land because this land is a sacred land. So because of that, you will not come back. Go with your farm produce, go with your hen, your chicken, your family, your children, your goats, your cow, carry everything and leave, but don't come back. You see, so that's what happened also in the Bible. When Cain left, people, they saw him with that mark. They did not understand it. The mark on his head, people that saw him, the foreigners, they did not understand it. The only time he will have a problem is when he chose to come back to where? To the Garden of Eden. That's where that mark means something. We understand the curse, the spell, the mark we place on people. So to the idiots that was trying to, rouse me up by saying, oh, you called Medusala your brother, it means you're not a freedom fighter. I hope you now understand what I'm saying. When we have Biafra, everybody in the land of Biafra, as long as they are Biafrans, they are your brothers and your sisters. You will take care of them. You will not steal their land. You will not steal their wife. You know what I mean? You will not do that. You will not break down their houses like they are doing in Lagos, because in Lagos, Yorubas and Igbos, we are not one. They are not our brothers and sisters. They are just our neighbors. It's a different theory entirely. But when you are dealing with your brother, the case is different. Makobi Wanne. That is the meaning of that thing there. That phrase, Makobi Wanne, it means sometimes you may have to do things in a certain way. But there is a grace and a time period. Grace means a time period. I've given you the grace. Don't do it again. You do it. Don't do it again. The third time, if you do them, then that grace don't dry up now. I digress. Let's get back to this knowledge. Let's get back to the discussion of the so-called DOS. Listen.
Fire by force. I am well here. So, DJ, I don't got Chinasa Nworu. I am well power to stop where India case in Nnamdi Kanu. This is in Nnamdi Kanu na IPOB stop where Oya. Number 2. Anyị nwe nwunye Nnamdi Kanu ọbawuru odo na nna asụ ya n'Igbo na ka anyị were uche anyị malụ anyị nwere onye anyị ezi mgbe ozi ojekwudie ugbu ya ka ihe niile si aga anyị HOD and DOS ya chọọ means of way a ga-eji depụ our leader wee ka ihe niile si aga nke a na-ekwu etu a na-aghọtarọ ọtọrọ m ụtọ n'obi. Another one Chinasa Nworu Biko. I will ESN and I will ESN. I will HOD. I will Yenina. Kedita Melono Kikonu. Ipa na Anambra State. Fulani na Torimdo Madu. And no matter na Dido. Onya Kusinuzo. Agba jipie akpọ n'Enugwu ụzọ ụwa n'Enugwu ọ nwere ebe a mere n'ụzọ Aba akpọ ebe ọ mere ọ nwere ndị DOS na-anọ na Facebook ya nwe information a na-enyekwara ESN n'aka dekwa ebe Fulani mere attack a dekwa ebe ha mere ndị ba ikpe dekwa ebe ha kwuru ndị mmadụ mana anyị nwa na-aza Eastern Security Network at least through this network of information. Because when I Fulani kidnap Mado, or Mado, I had a information in a place. Even Facebook, if you are na East. On I am information now. I na Facebook, now chop that every day in Anaga. Another one I came into a
Wait, dear Oga. Oga, they ask, the Fulani, they are doing things in the land of Biafra. We have the ESN, he said. We have that they have the ESN. How come the ESN? How come that they're not sending the ESN to go and rescue people? God. Okay, you see? Agwawanti, into Ghana, mgbe ogeshi, into Ghana. Oga, listen to me, Oga. Don't be blind. No, I mean, you're acting so blind. ESN has been dissolved. by our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa Simon and Joko. And all the remaining faithful soldiers were integrated into the Biafra Liberation Army and the rest of them. That's just the gospel truth. I'm not here to lie to you. Because if you're expecting your DOS to say, yeah, the ESN, no, go, I mean, do you know our men on ground need some, they need their, the granuts now. And to raise money for granite, you need to do fundraising. When last did your DOS do fundraising? God. Okay. Fundraising is done by the Biafrans donating. My question to you, Mr. Kola, is when was the last time your DOS were able to raise $500? Source of $500. Since 2021 till date, tell me the last time your DOS was able to raise ordinary $500. Talk less of helping to oil the flashlight of men on ground, helping to buy the granuts of men on ground, helping to buy the uniform, helping to support, those with family and all that stuff. To call a spade, ESN is no more. The Eastern Security Network is no more. And it was a deliberate attempt because we know the zoo military, the zoo government, they are trying to use ESN to attack Nnamdi Kanu in the law courts. Because they have no case about Nnamdi Kanu. And the only way they can rope in our leader with any so-called count charge, any frivolous count charge, is to use the ESN, which was why some few months I exposed the way the DOS, they were talking through an AI voice, a robotic voice, a robo voice, where they were saying the ESN are now giving a command. It is not done. The ESN has been dissolved. There is nothing called ESN. We now have the Biafra Liberation Army. Because now we are in a liberation phase. So you calling the DOS to say, when will they send the... Oh my God. Nah, these are the deaf, the dumb, and the blind that I keep on speaking about. These are the deaf, the dumb, and the blind. But let's just continue. Just continue, man. Continue.
na papa Nnamdi Kanu na mamu ya nwụrụ na ndị ọzọ cousin ya nwụrụ mkpụrụ ntịta na-eji egbape Nnamdi Kanu ọkụ. Ọdụ mmadụ ka aka na-agbagwu today. And Kanu nta fine boy nji security akpagharị, which means fine boy nji security Nigerian security akpagharị, which means also betray one year. Any drosi mmadụ ịgwa ya because ọrụ ESN na guide fine boy. So which means all the Nigerian government in your prime boy security. So which means na prime boy who only one year worker in the clause. So I want to see na family unu against anoro the whole Biafrans. Everybody can stop wire. Another one to Chinasa Nworu D.O.S. Our government, no governors.
There were Mazi Chinasa. What are you doing?
Yeah, Mazi Ndewo, I think some people have heard his question. He said, number one, if IPOB send the wife of our leader to tell our leader the stand. We have done this. Even if our leader did not go, I think the wife also knows what is happening, and she can also deliver messages. She don't need to be told to deliver. This is a woman. She's a supporter of for the Biafran freedom. She has given everything she has. The husband is in the prison. She's there alone for many years. You understanding me? Standing, waiting when everything will be over. It is not easy. Sick, alone, battling on herself, restricted from movement. So she has given everything. She knows what is happening in the struggle, and I'm very, very sure from time to time, if he's sending message, she will deliver message to the husband directly. Number two, you talk about Aloy Ejimakor. I want to make this thing very, very clear.
Okay.
Mazi, let me say it. Aloy Ejimakor is a special counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. Let us understand this. He is not IPOB lawyer. He is special counsel to Nnamdi. If you watch, Aloy, have you seen him bring IPO? Does he go court for where it's only for Nnamdi Kanu? He is there. Nnamdi Kanu knows the reason why he needs him. And I know that Nnamdi Kanu knows also his weaknesses. But sometimes, that is one thing we have to know. You continue to fight something, to correct something 1 year, 2 years. That is the question. We have spoken. We want people to correct their steps. We are not telling that correct your steps. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. They don't want. So I can tell you, as long as for now, it's Nnamdi Kanu that brought him closer to him. Our duty is we will be overseeing. If anything is going wrong, we will scream. But we don't have right now to tell him, no, you can't represent Nnamdi Kanu. If he comes with good faith, this is Biafra struggle. Anything he's doing, he should remember the blood of people are involved. Anytime he will go to the extent that they know. Sometimes these people are blinded by things. They may be doing things that they don't know they are putting. Like those statements he makes on social media. Is very, very indicting. And we raise our voices also and scream. That's why I said everybody should go and bring out certain things. Because we have known the lawyers. Speak for yourself. If you are defending Nnamdi Kanu, speak for. Don't speak for IPOB.
Oh my God! You have won the line. How are the mighty falling? Oh, God. Oh, how are the mighty falling? I can't believe it that this guy is not there. Inconsequential. Inconsequential. Oh, you boo. God. The D.O.S. are wise. They have gone underground. Underground. Straight from the underground. Lord have mercy. Should I play more? Look at the lamentation here. Those who claim they have a perfect knowledge of what is happening in Nnamdi Kanu. They control the whole legal team. They pay the bills. They pay the legal bills of the legal team. That was the 419 they were using to get money all this while. And as soon as our prime minister said, okay, ESN has been dissolved, the good men amongst them, they were vetted and they joined the Biafra Liberation Army. We gave the coded message to Aloy Ejimakor. I also played my part by singing live on air when he was crying about what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu in court. I said, stop crying, Aloy Ejimakor, do not cry anymore. We don't care anymore. We shall make holding Nnamdi Kanu more expensive than releasing him. But please let him know that thing he was asking for, tell him it is done. That thing he was asking for, let him know he should consider it done. Those things he was asking for. Eh? Ejimako, 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 Ejina mention yo, na him with the so, oh lo lo lo, Ejimako, Ejimako, hello Ejimako, one name oh lo lo lo, Ejimako, Ejimako, a new dimension yo, na him with the so, oh lo lo lo, Ejimako, Ejimako, telling Nnamdi Kanu. We define yo, oh lo lo lo, Ejimako, Ejimako. A new government yo, now him we get so oh lo lo lo, Ejimako, Ejimako. Hello Ejimako, one name oh lo lo lo, Ejimako, Ejimako. A new dimension yo, now him we get so oh lo lo lo, Ejimako, Ejimako. Hello Ejimako, thank you very much. At this point, I want to appreciate you for going all the way to let our leader know what is happening on ground. We thank you because I don't know who else could have done it. That you took that pain to let him know, say, Oyendu, those things you asked for before you were kidnapped, all the items you asked for. When you said Simon was coming with a new dimension, it is already ticked. That one done, they checked. The itinerary has been checked. When you cried for 100 men in the private and in the public, consider it done. Because you see, what they, oh my God, what they are doing to Oyendu in DSS dungeon is what they did to Mandela. They call it the Mandela effect. That's something else. But what they did to Mandela, when they caught him, what they did was they put him in a nice environment. His enemies put him in a nice environment. Suddenly, Mandela now fell in love with plants, flower. He said he used to watch a flower grow. And during the cold season, those flowers, they'll be dying. Then when the weather is hot, they will grow again. They will spring out, bring out flower, bring out fruits. He fell in love with flower. And suddenly, Mandela now volunteered to be tilling the soil, to become a botanist. He was planting flower in prison. Lord knows how many years they held him in there, about 28 years or something. They left him in prison and they changed his psychology. From a freedom fighter warrior, he became a nice gentleman. A gentleman. That was the plan of the DOS and Ifeanyi Ejiofor towards our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Because even the wife kept on saying, Nnamdi Kanu is doing fine. He's eating well in DSS dungeon. In fact, he eats better meal than you who are out there. He is doing fine. He is doing okay. He has a nice meal. He's enjoying his meal every day. He has a special cook. Even the DOS, Chinasa Nworu, he said, oh, because he is in DSS dungeon now, the other Biafrans, they are eating good food. Hi, God have mercy. That was the psychology they held on our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. They thought giving him good food will now make him to, soften his stance. But he kept on holding on. He kept on holding on because he knew the game of the caliphate. You all said the Fulani cabal, they know they go school, said they are uneducated, said that they use hand, they wash nyash, then they do this, they drink the urine of cow. But every time they keep on outsmarting those you said they are educated. They came with the concept. Tell him to go on holiday in Kenya. When he gets there, we shall kidnap him, bring him to Nigeria, and give him the best of the foods. If na pizza, we give him pizza. If na chocolate he wants, if na chicken, if na turkey, if na goat leg, if na unkwobi, whatever he wants, we shall give him in the DSS dungeon. Hi, God. They were trying to create what they call the Stockholm syndrome, where you start to love your oppressor. You start to love those who captured you. You know what I mean? You start to have affinity. You start to show emotional connection with those who have kidnapped you. Oh my God, have mercy. That was the 419 they wanted to do to Nnamdi Kanu. But we thank God, say, Ejimakor, he broke from that chain and let Nnamdi Kanu know, say, those things you ask for, there is somebody doing it. Your disciple, your most trusted disciple, your most beloved disciple, the one you said they should listen to, the one that told you if you need 100 men, he will make your job easier because in him, he is 50 in 1. That man, that boy they call a small boy, he has assembled a team. The people that are with him, people they love him. That is why they are doing a sit at home. It is for you. Do not believe what the people are telling you, the politicians, the DOS, the governors, the senators, about sit at home. Sit at home is a way to show that the people, the 70 million Biafrans, they support you, they respect you, and they love you. And every Monday, even though we call it sit at home, it is Nnamdi Kanu's day. It's a day we are showing that we represent Mazen, that we remember this man, we love him. And every Monday was dedicated to Nnamdi Kanu. And we thank God, say, Ejimakor, in the 11th hour, he was able to go to our leader and told him that prayer you prayed, it has come to pass. Like when I tell you, when you pray in the private, people will not see it as a prophecy when it happens. But when you pray in the public, when you pray in the public, when you prophesy in the public, even though you were held captive in jail, when the prophecy comes to pass, the people that have seen the prophecy, they will remember what you said in the public. They will now send maybe like a spy, they might send a prison guard, they might send a chef, a cook, a cleaner, anybody to go to that jail, to go to the DSS dungeon and tell you, say, your prophecy has come to pass. Once you get the information that the prophecy has come to pass, the spirit in you will now be stronger. They couldn't break the spirit of Nnamdi Kanu. They attempted. I thank God for this day, my fellow Biafrans, that you have heard the way the DOS, they are crying, they are panicking, they are sweating, because they are now in their final legs. They are now in the final legs. They can no longer maintain their lifestyle. They can no longer live their lascivious lifestyle where they were spending money, building hotels, building houses, doing all what they were doing, oh my God, in the name of fighting for Biafra. They did all that in the name of fighting for Biafra. And to today, this afternoon, tonight, we thank God that now they are crying. They are crying now, they are panicking, they are sweating. And we give God the glory. If our leader did not get that information, that all what he asked for has come to pass, by now, things would have been different. But we thank God that he now got the memo. And when he got the memo, he then sacked the eye of the Fulani cabal. The man they know as Ifeanyi Ejiofor was sacked. The moment our leader knew the time was right. Because our leader is very, very smart. He's a smart man. He was very, very smart from the beginning. He is still a smart, because he knew sometimes keep your enemies closer is there. You have to keep them closer until the right time. You don't keep them closer forever. No. When the time is not right, you keep them closer to you until the right time, when you will then strike. My fellow Biafrans, at this point, I want to appreciate the good job of our Prime Minister, Mazi Ekpa, Simon Njoku. Simon, the voting is going well. For those who have not voted, what are you waiting for? You've seen before your eyes that those of you who were a bit confused, you say you love Simon and you love the DOS. You have heard the lamentations, the crying of the DOS to show that now they are now irrelevant to the movement. The moment the head of the DOS, oh my God, the moment their head, Ifeanyi Ejiofor, was taken out, the moment the head of the serpent was chopped off, the DOS, they became irrelevant. I rest my case. For those who have ears, let them hear. For those who have ears, let them hear. So from me, from here, for now, I'm going to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I remain Biafra Superstars Media. God bless you.
Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB, and Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB. Ejiofor was the eye of Nigeria in IPOB. All the commanders that died, Ejiofor was part of the eyes. Ejiofor entered IPOB, and Nnamdi Kanu was taking him as a lawyer, and he became the eye of the Nigeria government in IPOB. He became the eye of Umahi in IPOB.